Alright, hey guys, I don't know if you've seen my videos from the For Honor Alpha or not. Oh,
how you doing?
He's got like this crazy, that's an X in the back.
He got me.
Oh! No. Oh! But Ubisoft did, and they thought I could use some help, and I see where they're coming from with that. So they had me and a couple other YouTubers go out to San Francisco and meet with the developers of the game, and we got to learn some tips and also just more about like the lore of For Honor. So thanks to them, I was able to learn a lot of cool stuff that I'm going to be able to pass on to you over the next month. And since there were 3 of us, we were each named generals of a different faction from the game, either Vikings, Knights, or Samurai. And I got lucky enough to be chosen as the general of the Samurai, and I'm pretty excited about it. You can call me General Snuckel if you'd like. You don't have to though, but I want you to. Anyway. The cool thing is that since every faction has their own strategies, we're all going to be covering tips and tricks for every skill level of player. So whether you're devoted to a specific faction, hopefully the Samurai, but I'll love you no matter what, or you want to try them all out, we've got you covered in our own channels. So with that in mind, let's look into the story of the Samurai and how we all got to this point in the game. Alright, so pretty much, the Samurai had a nice life, just minding their own business in a land far away, but some bad stuff went down and they lost their empire to fire and floods and all that good stuff. And it took them 1,000 years of wandering, but they finally found a new home, right next to where the Vikings and Knights had also recently settled, because they were having their own issues. Just tons of good stuff going on in this game. It's really lighthearted. And they've been living in these marshy hills known as the Mire for the past decades, and they've been able to prosper, but they are still super outnumbered by the Vikings and Knights, and they've had to rely on greater martial skill and cunning in order to survive. Alright, so now that you know a bit more about the Samurai, let's take a look at all the different heroes in it. And I hope you're ready for some names to get butchered. The Kensei is a Vanguard type, which means they're proficient in everything, and I've found that they're really good heroes to start with because they're balanced, but they're also great for advanced players. Their weapon is the Nodashi, which is a little bit longer than a katana, and it has a good range without being too slow, and their guard break has a short distance, but is very quick and can open to deadly 3-hit chains. The Shigoki is a heavy type, which means they're the most resistant, and they have a strong defense and a large health pool, and their attacks are slow, but when they hit really hard. And they're great picks for Dominion because they're good at taking out soldiers in the front line and defending a controlled zone, and they're also really good at playing a support role in group fights. But just because they're slow doesn't mean they're not great for other modes that are more focused on like kills and combat skills. I really like playing as them, so you can take that for what it's worth. The Orochi is an assassin type, and they're the best at dueling of all the types, and they're really agile thanks to their choice of the shorter and faster katana rather than the Nodashi, and they have really good attacks with lots of possibilities for offense, but they have a challenging defensive mechanism that requires skill and timing to be effective. I've learned that the hard way, because they don't hold their blocks and they have the smallest health pool, and they're really swift and lethal and have very fast light attacks and really good at dodging. And I think I like the Orochi the most when it comes to one-on-one fights. I'm still working on mastering them, but I think they're a lot of fun to use. Alright, so now that you know a bit more about the background of the game, you have all the prerequisites to enroll in my Battle Tips course. So keep an eye out for those videos. They'll be coming really soon, and I hope you guys are excited for this game. I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm happy to be able to bring all this to you. And as always, I hope you enjoyed.
Don't understand. Now they're breaking.
Yes! Yes!
Well, I've seen you standing in those controls like all the time.
That's all I've been trying to do in the whole game. Thank you for making a dream come true.